We have had an aperçu of what printers is. What about the services?
Shiloh Printers is an umbrella
Yes.
of several services.
Yes.
First thing, maybe you would like to know that Pa Mujere Tebe Abel, yes,
That's the CEO.
the CEO, the vision bearer of Shiloh Printers.
Yes.
He's been in business for as long as I can remember.
Some people say 40 years.
Yes, 40 years.
He started in Nigeria.
In Nigeria, he started in Nigeria. So Pa has experience in a vast lot of things, not just printing. He's into real estate, he's into supplies of all sorts, construction materials, import and export. He does all these things for humanity. It's not really because of his own interest.
Okay.
So when we talk of Shiloh Printers and services, the services has to do with the other facets. But the major thing is what gave him the first bread on his table.
We do not come here just for good news. We have brought across practical products that shows that truly we mean business. And so I want to start with this calendar. Every year, especially by the end of the year, people go for calendar production. We are entering September, December is not far. It means that this is already the season. People have to start budgeting about their next year's activities. So this is a table calendar, for example. What is the process to have a table calendar?
Yeah, that's a very pertinent and very important question. You know, as a designer, as I'm concerned, sometimes a customer will come up with the activities or the products, the content that they have for me to put on. Like, you know, the words, the pictures, and probably the idea of how the calendar will look like. And when all this is being put together, I can now think of what to produce. I'll bring up a concept, an idea of how the calendar will look like. From there, when I build up everything, the customer will come and sit by me and go through to see if everything has been put in place. From there, it goes to printing.
There are various sizes. What makes the difference?
Unlike this is a table calendar on A5 format, printed on A4, folded like this. There are other sizes like that you are holding. It's A6, A6, yeah.
Okay.
That's A6. Then you have an almanac, the one on the wall, then A3, and then landscape and portrait. Or that, I mean, in all varieties. And all the paper sizes.
Any advice to specific sectors, like schools, churches, banking institutions? Do you have a specification for particular sectors?
Yeah. Sometimes for a bank, they can have a calendar on A3 or A1, A2, which is the almanac format.
Yeah.
And then for schools, they can also have the same type of calendar I have just mentioned.
Yes.
Then for other institutions like banks, they can have table calendars, pocket calendars, and the rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So more and more, there are brokers in this system. It's not just like we are talking to customers. Yes, they are watching us. But between you and your customers and this banking institution and these schools, they are brokers. They are people that maybe have the project and sometimes want to manage it by themselves. So they are, by default, brokers. How do you manage them when they come to you with calendar project, for example, just to stay with calendar for now?
Sometimes brokers, like you said, some of them are novice in designing.
Yes.
Sometimes they can design something that will really look like what they want.
Okay.
And when they come to us in Shiloh Printers, we will get the job, look into it to assess if the quality is good.
It's printable.
It's printable. That's where I was going to.
Okay.
If the quality is good for printing, we will assess and tell them if it is okay for printing. If it is not, we might advise them to give us the job to redesign, or for them to take back and see how they can redesign in a good quality.
Could it not be because your designing cost is a bit high?
Not really.
You design for free?
We don't design for free. We do the job. We do the job. Sometimes it's so, you know.
Maybe I can jump in there.
Okay.
You need to understand, most of these people are, first of all, in the southwest region we have just 4 major printing houses.
Okay.
National Press, Press Print, Catholic Press, and Shiloh
Without
Printers.
publicity for those others?
Yes.
Okay. So for now we have only Shiloh Printers.
For now we have just Shiloh Printers.
So the others, they can stay where they are?
Yes.
Okay.
The rest have a partial press. It means that you could have the pre-press without the rest, or the press itself without the pre-press, or the designing, or just the person,
what makes it
or
different?
whatever.
Pre-press, what is pre-press? You know, we are talking to novice, we are
Yes.
down in the ground.
Yes, I'm coming to all of this.
Okay.
But my point is this. When these people, when you talk of the brokers, when they bring the job, we and the brokers cannot give the job at the same price, because we have the start to end of the press. So we are by default affordable.
Right.
But they have just 1 or 2 parts. So by default, they have to step up their prices to meet up. So Shiloh Printers is affordable. You can always visit us. You, Mr. Cyril, you're an old customer of Shiloh.
Yeah, personally, I'm already getting used to the family. I want to bring Oni into this discussion to talk about books. Shiloh is located at a strategic position here in Moliko. I mean, very strategic. And so it's come through from the university. We want to believe you work a lot with printers in the university, those who do handouts and all that stuff. Tell me your relationship with them.
You know, it improves as time unfolds.
Okay.
Yeah, because in as much as we share experience, we innovate every day on a daily basis. We innovate, especially now when they are dealing with projects, this hard binding. You know, if worker will come with a book that has just been glued in the morning and later in the afternoon comes to you, wants you to arrange and put hardback, all those things, you need it to be very dry. So it takes time to educate them. And I like the way they are related. Right? They tend to understand that that's how work has to be done. It takes a process. When you educate them on how it takes from one process to grow to produce a book. Like you see this big ledger, this hospital ledger that is here.
We'll come to it.
Yes, or this type of book that is here. It will take a process from one stage, and each stage requires time to do that. So when you educate them, it takes communication. When you communicate with them, I think we are approaching a better atmosphere.
I visited Shiloh, and they had little table outside where when they come, they print inside. It's really an industrial house. I must testify. This is not a joke. They print outside, they carry out, and they are arranging. Tell me about that process.
You know, when they say God is marvelous, actually is marvelous. You know, we work overflows at one point in time where the inner finishing department cannot really hold the work, the jobs that are available. So sometimes we need to carry them outside. Okay. So we send workers outside to do the finishing. When you see them like that, they're doing the finishing. That's the compiling department. They are compiling, maybe parceling at that point in time, looking at it, make sure that it is very beautiful in the eyes of the customer.
Behind the camera, you told me that a book like that, for a book to look beautiful, and it is after printing, you have to trim the corner and so many of those stuff.
Yeah.
That you can only have it at Shiloh.
Yeah, there is a big offset trimming machine that we use to trim maximum and A1 paper. So when it comes to that, it is actually one of the key bases, and it's a key factor also because it has no correction. Okay. It needs a perfect expert to work on it. Okay. And so that's what gives the book that finishing. That's what gives it that beauty in it. It gives that perfect beauty, that perfect taste, like you can perfectly see on this one.
Thank you so much, Onia. I will be back. I want to bring Donald into this discussion also. While I was making my investigation to come for this program, I was made to know that you truly have and work with international recognized organization and institution, in the light of hospitals, schools, renowned school for that matter, and there with you, you have a register. Let's know more about that register book.
This is a typical hospital register.
Okay.
You see the size, when you expand it like this, it's already A2 size.
Okay.
This is a calendar size register. Most people would wonder how and what does it take to produce such a book.
Totally.
Not just such a book, but in their thousands, many. That's Shiloh Printers, that's what we do.
Okay.
So we do supplies in hospitals, not just this, we have patient files, hospital books, registers of other types. We have envelopes, X-ray envelopes, and the rest. So we just customize a lot of some hospitals, like some of our regional hospitals around, especially here in the southwest and in the northwest. We customize them, we just do everything for them. And they have testified, they themselves they testify at the flexibility of Shiloh Printers. You know, most often, especially with our given crisis, it's very difficult for people to meet up financially. Immediately the job is done. But Shiloh Printers has been able to hold the hands of many across these challenging times. We go through the pain with you, and at the end of it all, they are the ones who come to us that, Shiloh, what can we do for you? Our boss, Mr. Mula Rene, yes, the administrative director here, you came to the office the other day when people were just leaving his office. Gratitude, cooperative credit unions around here who could not meet up when the crisis was at the heart. Shiloh supported them. So we're also speaking to our viewers back there at home. You're welcome. Come, even if it's a discussion, let's have it.
In that light, I was in a restaurant this afternoon before coming here, and the bill they brought to me was on a sheet of paper. Well, I don't want to make publicity or discredit any restaurant, but you also have a package for restaurant. And to that story, I also add this other one where we gave a contract for bill printing to a printing house, where a satellite printing house, and they went and printed. The number were not in chronological order. Just talk about those two instances.
With Shiloh?
No, I'm talking about a situation I have lived before and whether you have corrective measures for them.
Oh yes, we have for each machine at Shiloh Printers. Shiloh Printers has a good amount of machines, industrial machines. Okay. For each machine, you have a technician who is purposely there to service that machine. Such errors come up with machine failure. But we have technicians whose job is simply to service the machine. So you will not have a situation where a machine is on a drawdown for a long period of time, or a machine is defaulting and printing false figures.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's very important in accounting because in bills, they follow particular numbers, and when there's a mistake, it upsets the
system. What is a receipt book
without numbers.
So we pay keen attention to that, and each machine has two operators.
Okay.
Two operators. So if one is on break or is down, ill health, we always have somebody who runs the machine.
Okay. Let's take some few questions. The message keep coming in. This one says, "Hello, my name is Charlotte. I'm writing from Bonduma. I want to ask whether Shiloh have a technician that can service printers because my printer is down."
I will answer this one. Shiloh Printer doesn't repair printers. Okay. Yeah, just printing.
But the service on your Shiloh Printers and service, people could be thinking you will be giving this kind of services. It's on that perspective.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
We could recommend.
We could recommend somebody who can help her repair his or her machine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good afternoon to you in the studio, Mr. Cyril, and thanks for bringing Shiloh Printer. My little problem I have with Shiloh is their location. It's difficult to trace their way. Well, this is coming from Lionel. Lionel is writing from Limbe. Right in Limbe, you know Shiloh? Well, what do you say about your location? People think that you have a hidden location.
Yeah. He can better answer that question.
Actually, that is a problem that many people have raised, especially people who really know our product. When they look at our product and they look at the site, they are like, "Where's Shiloh? Please come to the open."
Yes.
Shiloh has a surprise.
Okay.
Somebody say surprise.
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 Shiloh Printers has a surprise coming your way.
Definitely.
So let's just watch and see what happens in Buea in the forthcoming days. Shiloh has a surprise.
Okay. We'll take 2 more messages. So many coming. Let's get to select one that, well, there are so many congratulating messages. You know, people even talking about you guys. Yeah, let's take this one. Good afternoon to you in the studio. Thanks for the program, Cyril. Well, it's talking a lot of shortcut plays. It's getting challenging to pick, but the person is trying to talk about designing. How do you do distant designing, like somebody can design from far and send to you, you print and ship it to them to other part of the region? I'm sure the person is writing from Tico.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I will recount an experience where we printed posters from people in Central Africa.
Wonderful.
We printed posters, church flyers for people in Guinea, Equatorial Guinea.
Even Nigeria.
Even Nigeria.
Okay.
We print it from here and send to them. What we need to do is you need to send us a very good design of what you do, or we recommend our designer designs for you, then we do the service.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how does it go? How long can it take, for example, to service such a person?
It will depend on your location.
Okay.
And the time you take to verify, as he earlier explained. You need a confirmation. We cannot just design and print without your confirmation. We need your confirmation. So it's how fast we relate, then your product gets to you.
Okay. We'll take another break now. When we come back, we shall be talking about some of the challenges and opportunities. Stay with us. There are a lot of opportunities Shilohs have brought in our studio today. You don't want to miss it.